Minter Day. Yes, to celebrate Digital Eclipse's release of the Jeff Minter anthology, I've decided to wear Jeff Minter's favorite football team's colors today, the New York Jets. Okay, I know he doesn't like American football. He's from Great Britain, but this is the closest thing to braided dreads that I own. And if we're going to talk about Jeff, we need to have some sort of crazy hairstyle thing going on. And the closest I ever got to braided dreads was when Candy Thompson kissed me in the movie The Hike.
Kick his ass.
Oh, so anyway, talking about Jeff, I don't have the anthology yet because nobody was cool enough to give me the review code, and I'm kind of waiting for it to be released on the Atari VCS. Anyway, they said there's a chance of that happening, and I'm hoping and praying. But we're going to talk today about one of Jeff's creations, Tempest 4000. It was released just a couple of years ago, and it's on the Atari VCS, and a lot of people don't like it. So this will serve as a review and also a defense of a game that I think is awesome. Is it as good as Tempest 2000? I don't know. It's pretty damn good, though, and we're going to tell you why after this kick-ass intro that I made yesterday.
Since the beginning of time, there's only been one website with the Babylons to claim every game reviewed when it came to the Pro System, and that's Atari7800forever.com.
But now it's time to get on that YouTube trip, babies. And who am I? I'm Funkmaster V, musician, ghost hunter, hat flipper, pro wrestler, comedian, actor, filmmaker, and I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour of all things cool about Atari and the Atari 7800 with a podcast, news, even new crap. Baby, are you ready to get your groove on? Because it's about to get funky up in here. Some people would contend that the Tempest series is one of the best video game series in the history of the damn gaming universe. It's in a genre called tunnel shooters. And to be honest with you, I don't know any other tunnel shooter in existence besides Tempest. So they have a whole genre. So it's got to be special. It originated in the arcades with vector graphics. Very cool. The original Tempest is awesome, but a lot of people lose their mind over the Atari Jaguar version called Tempest 2000. Now, this version was made by Jeff Minter, and at the time, Jeff was known for making really fun, whimsical, psychedelic, crazy, epilepsy-inducing video games left and right. That's why he has an anthology out today. But Tempest 2000 was probably the best game for the Atari Jaguar. I think the only people that would disagree with that are the people that liked Alien vs. Predator, which was also a great one. Jeff took the concept and the gameplay that was so good with the original Tempest and added power-ups, crazy music, crazy psychedelic graphics, sexual moaning, voiceovers, and just a lot of glitz and glam, and everybody was happy about that. And the Atari Jaguar, at least for a little while, was saved. There was a Tempest 3000 that did exist, but I don't know. I think it was kidnapped by terrorists. Nobody ever talks about it. But a couple of years ago, Tempest 4000 came down the pike, and it landed on everything that played video games, including the Atari VCS. There's some good stuff going on here. The menus have the colorful vector graphics. They look swanky and sweet. The sound is as good as Tempest 2000 or better. A lot of the same voice clips were used from before. And they're absolutely ridiculous. Like there's a grown man saying pleasure and treasure and angel for no reason besides scoring points. And there is a woman who is moaning. We found out these people were married, and these were awesome people that used to work at Atari. The look of Tempest 4000 is superior to Tempest 2000. The graphics are outstanding. The only thing I don't like are the little flipper enemies. I don't dig how that looks for some reason. I don't know. They look kind of generic. But I did find this out, which I thought was interesting since we're going to slide into gameplay here. Tempest 2000 has a glitch. There's something wrong with the programming code, and it actually makes the game easier, and that's why people can play Tempest 2000 for a long time. These things called flippers in a Tempest 2000, they don't flip. For some reason, the program code was jacked up, and that's probably why Tempest 2000 is pretty easy. So maybe that's why people don't like Tempest 4000, because it's not easy. It's not hard once you figure out what's going on, and there's a lot of help along the way as in the form of power-ups, but there are some issues that make it more difficult. For one, Tempest 2000 is zoomed really close to the tunnel that we're shooting down. In Tempest 4000, it's back a bit, so it's kind of harder to see what's going on. And there's a lot of explosions and a lot of EMP-looking type radio frequencies that interfere with what you're seeing, and you're like, man, sometimes I'm just like, I hope I don't run into anything because I can't freaking see. It's like driving in a snowstorm. The tunnels also appear to be shorter, so the enemies in Tempest 4000 seem to be up on your ass a lot faster than they were in 2000. Some people don't like that either. What I do in this game to kind of prolong the gameplay so I can have longer innings, I tend to try to get the first power up, which normally is either points or particle lasers, then explode everybody on the screen with the hyper bomb, and that way I'm guaranteed to get a power up, and normally that's something really effective that helps, either the AI droid or the particle lasers if I didn't get it the first time. But you got to get power-ups fast. You got to make sure you get them. There's a lot of devices that you're given in this game to help you escape these baddies. And there's actually a lot of different variances of enemies in this game, and they're sparsely used, which makes them seem more special. The different tunnels are named, and there's a list of achievements for you to unlock. On the Atari VCS, you can use the modern controller, which I think actually works really well, or the classic controller, which works well. The classic controller spinning function is the best thing about the Atari VCS. However, it's not 100% dialed in. I would say like 95% dialed in, and turning over and over and over and over again. Sometimes that gets irritating, and sometimes I prefer to play this game with the modern controller. It's just the mood that I feel. There are all sorts of power-ups. There's maximum bullets. There's particle lasers. The AI droid is a hero, though, because he can actually save you from being captured by one of the flippers being drug off in I don't know what happens to you. Maybe you get molested or something down there at the tunnel. But they drag you away, and sometimes the AI robot can save you by shooting your captor, which is really cool. And you also have jump. When you use jump, you can evade enemies. You can actually use it to catch the power-ups that you accidentally missed that zipped by you. You can kind of jump up, grab them out of the air, and feel like a modern-day Mario. I really like how the power-ups have a really large margin of error. If you don't quite catch the power-up, if you get close enough, you'll snag it. And you can get warp triangles, and if you gain 4 warp triangles, you can warp off into a land of a woman moaning and bovine noises. So, you know, it's basically like a trip to Tijuana. In between the tunnels is a little mini game where Jeff wants you to keep your sprite, or whatever that is, as centered as possible. The better you do with that, the more points you score. And you get to hear some Yahoo yelling yes over and over again. And, you know, it's good for positive affirmation. There are 3 game modes with this. Pure, which basically is just a regular game. I think you start off with 3 men. And then there is a mode called Survival, which you would think you would only be given 1. But you start off with 8. Now, you do not gain any more men, but 8 men is a lot. In fact, the first time I played Survival, I scored higher than I did with the Pure mode, or the normal mode. There are a couple features removed from Survival mode, but it seemed like an easier game. That was kind of odd. Also, if you select your different tunnel that you want to start at besides the first one, it switches over to Classic mode, and you get bonus points like the arcade days. And from what I can tell, there's no difference besides that. The high score chart is messed up. It's not connecting properly, at least on the Atari VCS, to the internet. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what the hubbub is. This is a good game. There's a mission to get to 51 levels or even more. There is a limit, and I think you can beat the game. I'm nowhere close. I get to around level 20-ish, and boom, I'm out the door. They got me. But man, for $19.99, this is not a bad game. It's a little pricier than the Recharge series, twice as much actually. And this isn't a Recharge game, so you're not going to have some of the features that the Recharge system has, like operating high score charts with people around the world. You're not going to have missions. You're not going to have the Atari Recharged score modifiers. But it is an update on a classic, and I think it's worth the price of admission. I don't know. People do not like this game sometimes. They have a hard time with it. I think it's fine. Other people love it, so it's up to you. It's going to be a tough call, but I would definitely recommend this. And if somebody had a gun to my head and said, do you like Tempest better, Tempest 2000 or Tempest 4000 the best, I'm probably going to say Tempest 2000 because I have terrible self-esteem. Okay, folks. Well, thank you for watching. Happy Jeff Minter Day. I hope you guys go out and buy the anthology, and I hope Digital Eclipse releases the Jeff Minter collection, the Llamasoft collection on the VCS. Do not forget, I have started this channel. It was part of Atari 7800forever.com, the largest Atari 7800 website on the planet. And also Big and Funky Productions, where we feature our movies, our ghost show, our Tuesday Tubi movie night, and other fun, exciting things that we do over there. And every other Friday, me and John from the Atari Network have an awesome kick-ass podcast coming up. Not this Friday, which will be tomorrow, but 8 days from now. We interview the guy who actually was the project manager for Tempest 2000. Check it out. You're going to... This interview is amazing. You're just going to absolutely love it. Thanks. Subscribe, like, and notify, guys. I need the help. The algorithm kicks me in the junk all the time because we're doing so much stuff. That's why I started this new channel. Thanks for the support. Spread the word. Love me, caress me, kiss me, kill me.